Hi there. So today what we're going to talk about are some essential tools for scrapbooking and card making. Scrapbooking and card making can be very overwhelming if you're just starting out and you go to the store and you look in the aisle and it's like, holy cow, how much of this stuff do I actually have to have? If you're just getting started in scrapbooking and card making, there's just a few essential tools that will keep you on your way and get you started on your path to having so much fun in this great hobby. So I'm just going to run down a few things. They're all relatively inexpensive and just the tools that you will use on a daily basis. Of course, this is more geared towards people that are just starting out, but if you are a seasoned scrapbooker or card maker and there's a tool that you just cannot live without, I would love to hear about it in the comments below, and so would the other people that are watching this. So, to get started, my very first essential tool that I cannot live without is my paper cutter. This one is by Cuttlebug and was about $20, but I got it with my coupon, my 50% off coupon. And you can get 50% off coupons through Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and Joann's, all three, if you get on their mailing list and they send you coupons in the mail, and you can get some really good deals. The thing I love about this paper cutter is it has an arm that swings up like this instead of one that just folds up to the side. And it does have interchangeable blades, so I have a wavy cut blade, a scorer, and a straight cut blade. So this is, like I said, just a really essential piece of your equipment is going to be a good sturdy paper cutter. The other thing you're going to want to look out for, in addition to interchangeable blades, is that the arm comes out, and see, it's measured here. So you can go ahead and put your paper down and it goes out all the way, this one goes out all the way to 15 inches so that you can cut your 12 by 12 pieces of paper and get them accurately measured. Again, this one's by Cutterpede, but there are different ones out there on the market that are just as good. So first thing, heavy duty good paper cutter. The second thing that I would say is a good sharp pair of scissors. These are craft scissors. And just so that you can see, they've got a very, very sharp tip on them so that you can get into the detailed areas. For example, if you say cut out or stamp out an image and you want to cut around it, these will get into the detail areas really well for you. These ones are by Cricut. They were only about $3, I think. They're not that expensive. They are made by a whole bunch of different companies. You can always get a good pair of craft scissors. So that's the second thing that I would really suggest. The third thing is a black ink stamp pad. Black ink is going to be the basis for pretty much everything you do, especially if you're just starting out. Black is a good thing to use for edges, for contrast. It's also, if you stamp out an image, using black ink, you can always fill it in with markers or crayons or chalks or any other acid-free medium that you want to use. But black is a good basis for that. You know, if you got a red one, it might not show up on all your pages. So a good black ink stamp pad would be my third essential item. Lastly, I would say, not lastly, second to last, a cutting pad. This is a good one that I have. This cutting pad, I use it with my craft knife, which is also a good essential piece of equipment. This craft mat is obviously Creative Memories, but there's different forms of craft mats. It's not very thick, but it helps you to protect your work surface so that you don't cut through, say, through your desk or whatever. So this is a good piece of equipment. They're also not very expensive. This one through Creative Memories was probably about $20, but you can get them flexible cutting pads for, you know, anywhere from $5 on up at the craft store. And again, use your coupon and you can get really good deals on those. Finally, I would say my eyelet setting kit is probably my last essential piece of equipment. This one that I have here is by Making Memories. It was $20, but I did get it with my coupon, so I got it for $10. And it's got all the tools that you need in it to set eyelets. It's got the eyelet setter. The bottom here is scored so that when you turn the eyelet over and pound on it, it will break it down and set it for you. Of course, the hammer. It's got the eyelet setter with 3 different sizes because there are eyelets and brads that go all the way down to the very teeny tiny. A pair of tweezers, because I don't know if you're like me or not, but sometimes those eyelets are really hard to pick up, and these make it easy to get it out of the packaging. I actually also use those in my sewing to help thread my sewing machine, you know, grabbing the thread on the other side. So a good eyelet setting system. If you don't want to buy this type of a set where it's got all the pieces in it, you can also get just individual eyelet setters. These ones are spring-loaded, and they come in different sizes. I got these in a package of 3. They were $9, so I have 3 different sizes, and again, they're spring-loaded. They're really easy to use. You just put them down, and you've got a good hole. And then, of course, the other side can be used to set the eyelet. So, and if you'll notice, this is just a bar board that I got from a kitchen store. I use this for my eyelets and for all of my setting, because this does put an awful lot of pressure on your paper and does cut holes, and I didn't want to cut through my other cutting mat with my eyelet setters. So I actually do recommend a second cutting mat for setting eyelets versus one that you use for cutting regular pieces of paper out. So those are the tools that I find essential. If you guys have anything else that you can think of, like I said, a good pair of scissors, some good cutting boards, a good hefty paper cutting, and a black ink stamp pad, and an eyelet setting system of your choice. And you can get started in scrapbooking and card making for under $50. So thank you, and have fun.